Hello and welcome to the very first episode of season number
3 of MPowered podcast. I am Marilyn Egan.
and I'm Michael Abney. And together we host this amazing podcast that keeps going out and out and out and keeps expanding. We're just in the flow of it.
Yes.
But
yes.
we are going to kick off today's our third season, and you and I talked earlier, and we are going to be talking about the shift.
Yeah. Should we say shifts?
Shifts. Yeah, because it keeps doing that.
It keeps going. Yeah.
But I really Marilyn and I talked, and we wanted to share with our listeners the whole thing, like when we first started to know something was going on or started hearing that word shift, what that meant. You know, remember that movie, The Celestine Prophecy, those books? And they were all talking about that. And Gary Zukav's book, absolutely. But Eckhart Tolle, The New Earth.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah. I still have it. I still love it.
Like, we're living in that now.
We
are literally living in the new earth.
We are. But when we first started hearing about it, nobody really knew. You know, they had this date picked out because of the Mayan calendar. And we're like, okay, are we going to wake up and everything's different? Well, it was different, but not as instantly as we thought. We're seeing the difference now. That one shift just started. I mean, it had started before that, but it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. But when you really look back at how much things have changed since 2012.
Oh my God.
It is totally amazing.
Doesn't that seem like 50 years ago?
Yes.
But I remember, December, what was the thing? I don't even remember the damn
December
date.
21st, 2012.
So that was the thing. I remember the whole lead up to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was pretty much in it at that time and sort of, I
knew things were going to change. Life as we know it is going to change. There were a lot of people who were really afraid the world was going to end. And I'm like, no, we're still going to be here. It's life as we know it is going to change. And we don't really know what that's going to look like, but we all have hopes of it moving faster, feeling better faster than we did.
Like a light switch.
Yeah, we thought it would be more
not.
like a light switch. No.
It's not a light switch.
No.
But it is a moment.
Yes, it is.
I do believe that moment was a moment.
It was.
It was like, the last grain of sand went out into the bottom of the hourglass.
Yes.
And then it got turned over. Mm-hmm. And here we start expanding and accelerating into what we're living into right now.
Right.
So that's how I see it.
In a whole new way. Yes, that's how I see it too.
So when you think about, when was the first time, for me, it was in my mid-90s that I knew something was going on, something was different. I started being attracted to different types of, reading material or what I was in, what I would watch, or how did that start for you?
Well, I think I knew as a child that there were things that just didn't make sense. And I would look around and go, well, I don't get how come they're saying one thing and they're acting totally different. Mm-hmm. That piece just was really difficult for me. And I remember not being as happy as I wanted to be as a child, too, through many, many year. But then in my adult life, it was in my 20s, maybe around 28, 29. I'm like, there's something more. But yet I remember as an 8-year-old child, I remember being 8 and thinking, there better be more to this than I'm seeing right now. Mm-hmm. But I think in that moment in my 20s, we were, still having children, and we thought that we were thriving in the world because that's all we knew is this treadmill. Mm-hmm. this treadmill of just let's keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going. And it wasn't until probably when we went through some difficult things with one of our kids that really woke us up to, oh no, this is not what we intended for their lives to be, and not what we intended for our life to be. What do we need to do to change? And honestly, I looked at my family and I'm like, nobody's going to change till I do.
Did you know that then?
I knew that then. I had to change first. And yeah, it was
I heard
obvious
that always
to
as
me.
a concept.
No, I knew.
You knew.
I knew.
Okay, I was later on with that. I didn't really know what that meant.
Right, but I had 4 kids, you know?
Yeah, I didn't.
And I was the one common thread.
Did they transform you, your kids?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. They changed everything about me. They are my greatest teachers. Say my kids are my greatest teachers. And I didn't really know how energetically sensitive they were at that time. I didn't know how energetically sensitive I was.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we all kind of learned together. I mean, luckily I was already in this work when the biggest, toughest things happened, which allowed us to move through this with peace and grace. And we actually came through a situation where there's, maybe a 2%, everybody told me, 2% residual recovery. And it's totally amazing now. Our family's together. Everybody is doing really great. And, but I had to take the steps for me to open up and see that I had to wake up before everybody else could wake up. But they woke me up.
But you knew that you needed to.
Oh, yeah.
You knew there was space.
Yes.
I don't know that I had that, cognitive. I knew shit wasn't working. I knew that for sure.
Yeah.
I knew there was something in my, I never really did drugs, growing, I didn't have that experience, when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
We drank,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the stuff that's out there today. I mean, when I was in my late 20s, because you triggered something in me about it's the stuff that in life that doesn't feel so damn good.
Yes.
That kicks you into high gear or kicks something that activates something that causes something miraculous to happen on the other end of it, although you don't know that when that's happening.
Right.
And coming off of the only thing that ever got me was in my late 20s was cocaine.
Yeah.
That I never thought I would ever be addicted to anything, but that got me because I couldn't stop. And I think now about all of the people that with all the other addictions that are out there, that addiction was the thing that I got off of it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was
huge.
Actually, me and Oprah.
Yes. Yeah.
I used to always, it started out just a little thing on the weekends, and then it turned into the weekend, and then the weekend started turning into Friday to Monday. Yeah. And then there was just this moment where, I was a huge Oprah fan, and I swear to God, part of watching her show was my commitment to not doing that again.
Oh, that is really great.
Because she had different shows on there, and I don't even remember treatment things back then, people even talking about it, but I just knew it was it served its purpose, but it awoke something in me. Mm-hmm. It awoke a part of me that I never had access to. And, so that was a huge thing.
Yes.
The, living life and, full out, making everything happen. I had that drive, I could, if somebody told me no, I couldn't do something, consider it done.
Oh, that's really
consider
good.
it done. If somebody told me I couldn't, done. I'll prove you wrong.
Well,
And that's how I manifested everything in my life up to that point.
that's really good because me, as a kinesthetic who feels those things, I took that the other way. I'm like, if somebody says, oh, well, you can't do that, I'm like, oh my God, maybe they're right. I mean, I took it to heart, thinking that they knew better than my heart knew.
That was my
Isn't that interesting?
trigger.
I'm not that way now.
That was my ticket to freedom, was when somebody would say that to me. And I would create people in my life that would be that.
Yeah.
I literally, now I can see that. I didn't see that then.
Right.
And then
That's pretty good. I love that.
some other, you know, landmark education was a major thing for me. People don't know who that is, just Google it. But that experience of what I learned there, because I loved it and I hated it at the same time. Like there was something for me, just for me, that was just every single time just triggered me. Like there was not, I've done everything inside of that course all the way through leadership programs. I did everything right up to be like joining the company.
Yeah.
And it provided such an amazing thing for my life, like an opening that I'd never seen before. But I left every single one of them. Like I left everything I did, I walked out of and went back and did it again.
Okay.
Because it would trigger something in me so deep
Yes.
that I would literally have to leave. I couldn't work it out inside that space.
Right.
Like I would leave.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm never doing this again. And then something would call me back because, you know, I said September 11th before.
Right.
But I had done the Landmark Forum in 1996.
Okay.
My brother and sister did it.
Okay.
And they completely were like different human beings. I'm like, well, I'm going to go there too. And I did, and I left. I came back and finished it, but I didn't continue with it.
Yes.
And then in 2001,
right.
or 2001, September 11th, like that was the moment that voice said, go back and complete that. And that happened September 11th. I was in the very next Landmark Forum in October.
Oh, that's
and then did
great.
the advanced course in January and then just kept going. That peeled a lot of curtains back on my life. Like I needed that part about the ontological or the, you know, how the mind worked and the story stuff. Like I didn't know that. I didn't know in life that there's what happened and then there's what you made up about it.
Yes.
That, and I don't call people out on it, but like I see people telling a story. I'm like, oh my God, what happened was your car got hit or whatever they're talking about. That's what happened. But you made up this whole other thing about it.
Yes. Isn't that
that's
funny?
driving your whole life.
Yeah. Deepak Chopra talks about that a lot, about how we remember things based on where we were in that moment, what we were thinking about in that moment, what the societal beliefs were at that moment, what age we were, what we were yearning for in that moment, and that, you know, a mom who's 35 and a child who's, 10, another child who's 5 could have a memory, and they're from the same incident and all be totally different. So, because they're seeing it from each person's perspective of where they were in that moment.
That we have.
It's just all we have is perspective.
Until the moment that you get that it's just a perception.
Yes.
Based off of ever how you constructed that.
Yeah. And that's funny because somebody said to me the other day.
Like we've forgotten that.
Yeah.
Like all of the conflict that we see today and I'm right and you're right and it's just perspective.
It's just perspective. But that's funny. I had a client say, she says, you always help me change my perspective on things. It just takes so much of the heaviness off to see it in a different way. And I thought, I do think that's
what a gift.
How I help people.
I've never heard that said that way before.
Yeah.
But helping people change their perspective changes their
changes
world.
Everything.
When they stop looking at it like that, it stops showing up like that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're talking about this shift today and what this means and all of this outside stuff, and that, I've had the illnesses. I've had doctors tell me, you got things that are going to take you out. And like,
Yeah.
those were the things that woke me up. All this, like the really
Yes.
in the moment, crappy things that happened to us. Those were all the things that I wouldn't trade for $1 million because
Exactly.
those are the things that have given me everything, access to everything.
Right. That incident with our kids that I told you about.
Yeah.
I am so grateful for how that all happened because we are all better people. We all grew. We all chose to see life differently. And now I see that whole situation differently. I mean, I remember thinking at the time that it felt really awful, but I don't remember any of those parts. I just remember the beauty in the lesson and the benefit to all of us as we have all moved forward. So maybe that's why that's what I do in my sessions or part of what I do with my clients is because that's what worked for me. And so we can do the same thing with these shifts that are happening.
Yes.
We're like, okay, I'm feeling something really strange. I know that this is moving through, but if we just let it go and allow it to move and allow in the new, let the old go and bring in the new, and focus and think about the things that feel good in our life. And it's not that we're avoiding the other things that are happening. We know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't focus on the things that we don't need to focus on. We take a look at it, let it go, boom.
Let's break this down just a little bit more.
Okay.
You tapped into something here that's really important, I think.
Okay.
If somebody is going through something and has the horrific thing happen, because sometimes life does that to you.
I had that.
I believe one day we will be all at a level of consciousness where this is no longer necessary to learn lessons like this.
Yeah.
However,
right now,
it's what's so.
Yeah.
Or not, whatever it is for anybody. But there are a lot of people that I know that are experiencing really horrific things.
Yes.
Or that you could have that perception.
Yeah.
What are the context of walking through something like that from, a 30,000 feet view? So something happens to us personally, like a breakup of a relationship or an illness or money issues. Like something comes up in our life that we're dealing with. So what are some things, I think I can think of one thing right off the bat to help people move through that without changing the outside things that are happening. Like not to fix it.
Right. Well, number one, take care of our own body by getting grounded and connecting and breathing. And then if we can move into a state of curiosity, instead of being, oh my God, what just happened? Okay. So number one, what do I need right now to feel better? Number two, what do I need to do next? What's the next step? Where do I go from here?
Do you find, I'm going to say acceptance.
Acceptance
I
is
think
also
that
the
would
curiosity. When you move into curiosity,
you're exactly
you've
right.
accepted it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Because you're questioning it and you're like curious about why this is happening.
What's going on here?
Totally got that.
Yeah.
So accepting, questioning, like that almost forces you to come out of that.
Curiosity does.
Because you have to become the observer then.
Yes.
And that's the whole point of this, kids. If you're listening at home, that's the whole point, is to become the observer, not fully in that full blown. Because there's no nothing but bad feelings there, right?
Right.
But if you could go out outside of yourself just a little bit, energetic, and just look down and observe, like be the observer when you've got space or time. Yes, what were you going to say?
But don't ask, why did this happen to me?
Yes.
Say, what do I do now?
Yes.
What's next? What do
Yes.
I do now?
And it could just be one thing. Like you don't have to see the whole
The
thing.
big picture, just what's the next step.
Yeah. Okay. I totally got that.
Yeah.
So there's the outer perceptions, the outer, I'll say, mythologies about, because we don't know what happened in the Mayas. We don't live there. Like the reality is, I'm
Right.
53. I don't know anything that happened more than 53 years ago. Somebody
right.
told me about it. So
Yeah.
I've accepted that information or not. And that's how we all are. I know we
Right.
all sometimes think we know it all,
Yeah.
but it's really just something that somebody's told us. Right?
Yeah.
But this shift, the energy thing, I have felt inside of me.
Yes.
And I don't even know what's going on around me, but I feel something inside and I go, okay, something's happened. Like I'm aware of that now.
Yes.
And that could be with me or somebody in my network or globally.
Yes.
Sometimes I pick up on things that are
I do
happening
too.
globally.
And I have a friend who lives in Finland who I'm very close with, and we'll be on Messenger just because we can do that all the time. She's like, okay, what's going on right now? I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling it too. We're on opposite ends. I mean, we're a long ways away from each other physically. And we're
connect.
feeling the same thing, whether it's a shift in the moon, whether it's, magnetic core shifts coming from the earth.
Or the sun.
Or the sun. Right. We feel all of it. But I do think it helps to understand what's going on, say, okay, these things are happening. And then say, okay, my body's feeling this because I've got to change. And then you just kind of allow it. Like the other day, luckily, my day just worked out. Someone came earlier than I thought they were going to be there. And I said, oh, sure, I can just see you right now. I have an opening, so come on in. And then my other person needed to come a little bit later. And I had this incredible fatigue come over me, which I knew was it wasn't anything wrong with me. I'm like, oh, this is part of this energy shift happening.
Yeah, it's like a re-rec.
And I'm like, I really have no choice but to lay down and take a nap. So I did. And then, boom, I woke up and I felt great. But I allowed that to happen. Had I kept pushing through and fighting it, it would have felt so much more difficult for my body to move through it. So we can use that symbolically through everything in our life. If you just keep pushing through and fighting it, it's all going to feel much more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you can just allow and let it happen and
that's
listen to
resisting.
your body, right? What does my body need right now to feel better? What do I need to feel better emotionally? Whatever it is, do your best to go with the flow of what's happening.
I would agree with you 10 million %. Like, because I'm a huge follower of Abraham, and that's helped me on.
Yeah.
I live it every day.
Yeah.
And it's all about feeling. Like the feeling is what precedes the manifestation.
Yes.
If you feel broke, you're going to be broke. If you feel rich, you're going to feel rich.
Right.
It's not has anything to do with what's sitting in your bank account.
Right.
Nothing. It's that we have the power to generate our own feelings about things.
Right.
And how we do want to feel.
Right.
To me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So when it comes to all these energy shifts, if we know up front they're coming and that they are happening for us.
For our benefit.
Yeah. It feels a lot better, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Because when you look back, I think anybody, whether they know anything about energy or not, they can look back at their life and look and say all of the situations that arose that you thought you were never going to survive, never going to get through, and how you faced all of them.
Yeah.
And you're here.
Yes.
And if that happened back in the past, that's going to happen to you moving forward.
Right.
So just know that.
Everything's always worked out before, right? always has worked out before. So everything works out for me.
Yes.
That's a typical Abraham thing, but it's true and it works and it makes sense.
And everybody
Always
resonates
worked
with
out.
that.
Right. And then when you know, oh, this is happening for me, sometimes it may take you a little bit longer to get that concept than other times.
Or like integrate it and just know it.
And just know it all the time. And then it really feels much better.
Have you ever had one of those? Because I never have them like all day. But like sometimes I'll just notice that, man, it feels really constrictive right now.
Yes.
Like in my body.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do you know what my first thought is? Or the next thought after I sense that?
It's an energy shift?
Yeah. And that something really wonderful is on its way.
Yes. And something good is happening and my body's just adjusting to a new way. New way.
Let's talk a little bit about frequency as that raises up. Because it's so important, because I know there is a reason now why all the crap floats up with the
right.
You know, all the dark
seen.
comes up when the light comes in.
Yes. All these things that we're seeing that don't feel good have been buried for a long time.
But they're still there.
Now they're coming to the surface.
Because
they're going to be seen and healed.
Yes.
They've been seen, now they need to heal.
But
and
now
raise
like
a
seen in a way that you can't ignore it.
You can't ignore it.
Like when you know the truth of something, you cannot, it's like a switch that goes off.
Like,
and you cannot
this.
not unsee that.
Yeah.
Can't unring a bell.
And this is not it for us. So when I see people hurting, I see it, but I don't hang on to it because I don't want to send, oh, that's so awful. I don't want to send that to them. What I want to send is hope and love and peace and joy because they can't feel that in that moment.
And we can do it for them.
And that's what I want to feel to get that vibration up so they have the opportunity to feel that.
Supporting each other.
Yes. Support. That's how I like to support people. Yeah. It feels better to all of us.
Because I believe all of the things that you and I know and don't know.
Yeah.
Which is a ton. That's why I'm excited to have guests this season because we're going to be able to know more.
Yeah.
In a good way. But the whole thing is like, you and I think, I've never asked you this, but we did this individually.
Yes,
we did this individually.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a concept about the collective consciousness or other people. I knew we affected them by us waking up, but I did not know the extraordinary power of when multiple people do it at the same time. And I really feel that that's happening right now, this is happening on a collective level. And I now have the tools to communicate about that at a collective level.
Yeah. Because some of these things that are happening, people are caring about it because they see it now.
Yeah.
And therefore, they want it to be better.
Yeah, we do want it to be better.
We want it to be better. And that's raising the vibration for everyone.
Like, I want to live in a world that works for everybody.
Me too.
Like,
me too. We are
I'm part
all
of
one.
That. We
are all one.
But we do not, the context of the past worlds were not that way.
Right. They weren't.
They're not designed that way. Right. They weren't thought up that way. They're not constructed that way.
Yeah.
So.
But we're done believing that.
I am totally done. I just wanted to acknowledge that was there.
Yes.
And now we have the possibility of living in a world that does actually work for everybody.
Yes, we do.
They just can't exist in the same time-space sequence. So that's when the light and the dark come up together.
Right.
One rises because the lights is what brings that up.
Yes.
The truth. I'll just say truth. Like when something rings true.
Right.
You have power.
Right.
When you think something's not true, you have a loss of power.
Yes.
In the world. Like all the things that we know individually are manifesting themselves on a collective level.
Yes.
And it is, for me, extraordinary to watch.
It is.
So
it is. You know, when we're talking about the oneness piece, I've told this story before, that I was in a situation where this man was telling me something he was angry about and frustrated with, and he was using terms, slang language that I would not have used. I mean, racial slurs even, that I would normally have run away from. But the shaman in me said, okay, he's expressing something that needs to be transmuted. And I just visually helped move that energy down into the earth because he needed to vent it. I mean, it was something he was really feeling. And after he finished talking, he asked me what I thought, and I said, well, I really believe that in the big picture that we're going to come to a space of hope and love and peace. He says, well, I really hope you're right. And I said, yeah, me too. And then I walked away thinking, what is this about? What am I supposed to learn from this? I wasn't upset by what was going on. I knew that I was supposed to send that energy down into the earth to be transmuted. And then I'm like, oh, when people choose sides, they have one thing in common.
Yeah.
And that one thing in common is fear.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's my role in that? Well, the opposite of fear is love. And I'm like, oh, I just send love to that fear. That's my job, is to send love to all of it. It's not one or the other. It's not looking at who's what, who's right, who's wrong. Send love to all of it. And that's when people ask me what they can do in these situations, I think that is the easiest, simplest, most valuable thing.
Because you can't change somebody's perception. Like,
no,
they have to change it.
Right. But if you send love to it, they just might. I don't know. It's their choice from there. But at least they're given the opportunity to.
Absolutely.
By sending love to what.
No, what feeling. I was what I was reiterating was that is, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Most people in life just want people to
change
so
because
that
you told them to.
Or make them feel better.
Right.
Because it's uncomfortable to be around somebody that doesn't agree with you.
Yeah.
That's why we all tribe together. That's why we have like minds and all of that. But in the end, that creates separation.
Right. Which, like I said, that's what I used to do. I used to run when I heard things like that. I thought it made me uncomfortable. And honestly, I really wasn't uncomfortable because I knew I had a job to do in the world the energy world that I live in. And then I knew there was another message underneath it. I knew there was more going on than could meet the eye. Everybody else who was in that picture took off, And I'm like, okay, I'm here. And that's how we choose to move forward.
So
yay!
We're all shifting.
Yes, we are.
There are tribes of people out there that are all going through this, and I think we're all connecting. That's why we created this space of, on our Facebook page and YouTube channels about just getting it out there that we're not the only ones in the world doing this, obviously.
Obviously. The
entire world is.
The entire world.
We're going to reach who we reach, and other people are going to reach who they reach. And talking to more people, bringing more together just elevates all of us.
Exactly.
That's kind of what the shift's all about.
And that's what we're doing this for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
We're part of it.
Thank you, Michael.
But it is a reflection of something that's happening inside of us.
Absolutely.
Not outside of us in. It's inside, out. And that's the key, because when something's happening outside of us, there's an illusion that we don't have any control over it.
Right.
We do have control over how we feel. We have control over how we respond and react to things.
Yes.
That we do.
Yes, we do.
And in that shifts us, others, and the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Yay.
I sure hope we provided something valuable. If you guys have any questions or raised a question for you guys today, please leave us a comment down below. be happy to get back in touch with you. Something that you haven't thought about or a question that we didn't bring up, definitely leave us a comment.
Yeah.
And it might
Or
even
another
it might spark of
perspective.
another
Yes.
podcast. You never know, right?
Yeah.
But
so
we are so appreciative of you guys listening for all of our podcasts and keeping us going all over the world. We're just gonna keep going.
yes, thank you. We're excited about this.
Yes.
This season.
Thank you all. Thanks for listening and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.